Welcome back to my episode on saving Volvo from Scrapyard. If you watched my first episode, you know I had to bring it to mechanic to change suspension springs and shock absorbers. As you see, everything is in the place, nice and shiny. Let's check in the back. By the way, I changed in front struts too because mechanic advised me to do it as well. And here it's a little bit harder to see, but it's in there. And the guy in the workshop told me in order to make this car pass inspection I need to change ball joints. Again, I'm not gonna do it myself to save time, so I have to bring him car back. I actually don't even think I can change it myself because after all I need to make a wheel alignment. I finally got my car back. I even took the wheel off for a better view because it's so satisfying to see new parts on, especially on the old car like this. Fender has a fresh paint on it, but with that we will go later. First you can notice the red caliper, it's my job. Then new discs and brake pads was changed by me, first time in my life. Screws in the back replaced as well. Here is my new spring and shock absorber. And of course a new ball joint. Here I applied anti-rust spray on the bottom, on side skirts too, believe me or not, but underneath there's no holes from rust. Next thing is oil change. First time ever doing it myself, it's not a rocket science, but still can make a mess like I did. And I find out I bought wrong oil filter. Either I'm doing something wrong but it's just not going in. And it's kinda annoying because I cannot return it because it's oily now, but okay, it doesn't cost much. But why in auto parts store they say it's correct one even after they checked everything by my car registration number? Job is done, but just a small detail. I bought myself this tank for used oil because I saw many people, many creators on YouTube has it and I wanted to look fancy too, but I still managed to spill a lot on the ground. That's unbelievable. And of course needs to put the new oil in. What kind of oil and how many of it you need, you can read in car's manual, or if you don't have it, simply Google it. Sometimes there's a sticker written in the engine bay from the previous workshop what oil they used, so I just follow them. Now I'm moving to exhaust, well not all the pipe but only back of it, and let me show you why. It got rusty on the mounting points and basically all of this was holding only on the rubber. To take the old pipe out I had to use the grinder and remove balls with it. Because these nuts didn't help, then the small tool didn't help, nothing. But I guess this is the romantic part on working with old cars. And look at the gasket. Compare old and new, I mean what is left from the old one. Part is in the place, I just need to connect it with 3 screws, but access is not the best. And what I don't like is how it looks on the back, which means I need to cut the end and to buy exhaust mufflers. I cut the rear end, I bought universal muffler and it looks bad as you can see. I mean from outside you can see the edge where I cut it. So what I'm gonna do now is to cut even more, I mean deeper, so from outside you wouldn't be able to see the edge. And here is the final look. Now I have another issue, which is quite a big gap between muffler and exhaust pipe. So I need to find some product to seal it. I bought some aluminum tape. It's good to use it for base because it's flexible and easy to apply. On top of it I'm gonna use some kind of paste. It says is to cover the holes on exhaust pipes, so I guess that will work just great. Aluminum tape goes just like that. And this is after I applied the exhaust repair paste. This is the day after, just to show how solid it got. Let's move to ignition key, and this is how it was when I got the car. And it looks like Lego. So what I did was I bought a welder for plastic and started to melt some zip ties on it, adding some metal small pieces for a better structure. And all I try to do is to get as close as possible to a formal T-shape. And this welder was not so expensive, so it's good to have it for the future. I bought many small pieces of leather from some furniture company so I could make a key cover myself, but it's not easy to work with leather. This is my first attempt. I'm not happy about it because it looks bad, so I go again. It doesn't look amazing, but I'm happy how it turned out on a second time. I will leave it like this. I don't want to invest more time into it. I don't believe I can do better than this at the moment, so I will move on. Next is bumper marker light. Small thing, but it gave me so much headache. First thing, of course, I saw it doesn't work, so I ordered a new one. Easy to change according by internet, but it didn't work. It was a new part I got. I thought, okay, maybe part I got was damaged. Sometimes can happen. And I bought another one, new, from another dealer. And guess what? It didn't work again. Then I took the light from the opposite side to check if my fuse, which goes from the car, works. And it did. Then I thought, okay, maybe parts which I'm buying doesn't work because they are not original. So I bought a used one. And I don't know, it was my mistake because I didn't read or seller tried to sell me crap, but it came with snapped wire. Here it's with duct tape because I tried to weld that wire together, but it didn't work. And at this point I'm losing motivation to work on this marker light and thinking to skip it. But then I remembered what I said on the first video about inspiring people like me about doing something even if you have no knowledge. So again, I bought online another light. And this time I failed even more. It's not even from the same model. It's from a newer model and they have bigger lights on the bump. But it's all about positivity, right? I checked the fuse and it's the same, so I plugged in the light and it worked. So I got brilliant idea to swap the covers of these lights. The ones I have you cannot take apart, and if you want to change them, you need to change everything. But the last one I bought, small bulb inside can be replaced. So I'm gonna put this bulb inside the light I have. Check this out how it turned out. I would say it's a piece of art. I used my plastic welder and I put some silicone so no water would go through. And it looks amazing. I mean, it's a small thing but makes me happy because I didn't skip it. And it's a little bit too bright, but better than the one who does not work at all. I bought original spare wheel because I was missing one, so let's make it shiny and put it in the place. Time to give those fenders a proper color. I bought them new, they are not original but fine to me. Came with black matte color, so before painting I don't need to prepare them much, just to scuff a little bit with a sponge. Next step is to cover other parts from spray paint. Before painting, don't forget to clean the panel with some alcohol. Let's apply primer. By the way, this is the first time I paint something like this. Before I painted only some rims, so this is kinda challenging for me. I did 3 coats with a primer. Before applying some paint, for the best result I'll use some 800 grit of sandpaper to smooth that surface. Before paint, don't use alcohol on primer, better use tack cloth. It's amazing stuff to collect all the dust. Let's go with fun part is to start painting. I always try to apply less paint, but to make more layers instead of going with heavy coats. Don't forget to clean your nozzle from time to time. Maybe it's too early, but I tried to compare a color with a gas tank cover and it makes me a little bit worried. But the job is started, so let's continue and see how it goes. Here is the result. It's not done, I still need to apply clear coat. Cover all your skin when you apply clear coat. I don't know how it's for others, but when I use clear coat, I can feel how it sits on my skin. I don't have the same feeling when I'm using regular paint, so be safe. And second, for the best results, only use 2K clear coat. It will give shiny finish after we're done. Not the best light to show you something, but I'll take car out for a better view. And I did the same paint job on the spots where I fixed the rust. Not gonna lie, looks a little bit too bright, but let's wait until this Volvo will get a proper clean and polish. Real quick, I will show you why I decided to buy new fenders instead of repairing the old ones. I don't think this was worth of fixing it. And another thing which stayed behind cameras was coolant expansion tank. I replaced it as well because the previous one looked gross. I have plastic moldings going on the bumpers, doors and fenders. I had to remove these in front because of the paint work you saw, and they are really faded. I'm not gonna use some plastic restorer because I don't think they worth it. I mean, it sounds as a temporary solution, so I decided to use plastic paint instead. And to mount these moldings back, I'm gonna use some epoxy glue. After I resprayed those two moldings, I really like how it turned out, so now I want to show you how badly these plastic trims are faded. I want to paint now all of those plastic moldings and to give a car fresh look. And I regret this decision of molding respray. I mean, I know it will look good, but oh my, how much time it took me to cover rest of the car. And I didn't want to take parts apart because plastic is old and it's easy to break, or else I need to invest money into epoxy glue again, and they are not cheap. Cannot forget the plastic cover which goes under the wiper blades. I'm gonna go with 3 coats. Just a small piece of how does it look after. Let's make some cleaning before trim install. I bought myself polishing machine. I'm not gonna use much of it, so I didn't invest a lot of money. When I opened the package, look what I got. Polishing pads were dirty, machine had scratches as well. In general, it was a big mess inside the box. I thought they sent me someone's return item, but after checking more, I saw there was a note from delivery company where they said that the package was opened, so it has nothing to do with polishing machines company. Small, cheap, but nice upgrade is to install floor mats. My Volvo was missing them, so I bought universal mats. They can fit to any model, you just need to trim around with knife to make your wanted shape. Inside there's these plastic clips, I don't know how you call them. It stops mats from sliding, so for the best results I took a drill and made the same size hole on my new mats, and it fits perfectly. I want to talk about this product. I have some leather on my seats and I need to restore them. And I've been in a farmer's market where I found wax from bees. Seller told me it's for leather and the results are really nice. It's a natural product and recommend you to use something like this instead of buying chemicals. When you think you are almost done and one step closer to drive this car on the road, something happens. It's okay, it's a small thing. My hood lift support strut decided to retire, so I had to pop up a new one. Finally, I took this oldie to a car wash. It was collecting dust in a garage for a few months. I have no footage after car wash because, to be honest, it didn't make a big difference because this car is badly faded. Next step is to prepare body for polish work by using clay bar. For this work you need some lube too. You can mix yourself water with soap. In my case I just bought half liter of some special liquid for clay bar. It was very cheap, probably inside is the same soap you can find anywhere. And just like that you go for the rest of the car. All car is done and check how dirty are those pieces of clay bar. I almost used half liter of clay bar spray too. Before going on polishing, let's clean the engine bay first. I just took some engine bay cleaner, brush, microfiber towel and that's it. Check before and after. I didn't want to use high pressure wash because I'm afraid to damage electronic parts. Let's move to polishing. I will use this product. I have no idea it's compound, it's a polisher or everything in once. I just know it's not a wax for sure. And I will continue with the rest of the hood. Here you can see before and after. Even my microfiber towel changing color from yellow to green. For front, I mean from this section, going to front bumper, hood and fenders, I used one polishing pad. And check how it changed color. If someone knows if it's normal or not, let me know. Let's move to the roof section. Here is before and after. Again, before and after. Rear end, except the bumper because it's already done, before and after. I will apply wax. I bought one of the cheapest in the market and this job finished me. I always thought detailing is easy, but polishing work took me like 4 or 5 hours, and after everything I need to apply wax. It's more rubbing and I already can feel my fingers. Last but nice and important detail was to fix seat belt clip. Don't know how it happened, but there was a hole in the middle. Since I ordered wrong clip, I just took some plastic from it and used my plastic welder to weld a new part in. With this I will finish my episode, and on the next one I will take a better tour on this car and give it a test drive before going to inspection. Thanks for watching and see you soon.